You'll just like never, ever, ever have fun.
It's all work is how it feels like to me.
Oxbridge is all work and no play.
This big sort of fear around applying to Oxbridge that you'll just like never, ever, ever have fun. And it's just not true at all. At the end of the day, it is a university and you will have fun. You'll be going on nights out. I know in my first year I took advantage of that. Definitely don't think you'll be missing out if you think you want to apply to Oxbridge.
So I do law quite intensive, but I have a lot more free time than you would think. And that might be because my subject is very unstructured. So I decide when and where I want to put the time in. But I think with most subjects, you probably can find a pretty good balance.
We do have a lot of work. That's kind of, you can't, lie about that. There is a lot of work. But the way we tend to cope with it is by doing loads of other stuff around it. I feel like it's all work and all play is how it feels like to me.
Yeah, I think that's so true, and I think it's probably quite similar at Cambridge. But yeah, my experience with Cambridge students is that they do work really hard, but they also do a million other things, and it seems like people just fit a lot into an 8-week term.
I definitely agree with that on the Oxford side as well. I think at least for us for PPE, Michaelmas was quite chill. I think they gave us the term to just essentially make friends and everything. But Hillary was intense. So Hillary is this term that we just finished. It was intense and it is stressful, but that's not to say that you won't have time to socialise. You'll always find time to socialise.
The sport facilities here are really good. You can definitely strike that balance in a very healthy way.
And I think actually one of the most useful skills that I've learned at Cambridge is how to just get my work done. I think you just learn that, like, okay, I've got this thing that I want to go to this evening and I have an essay that I need to send in by 5. So I just will do the essay and I will go to this thing.
I used to go out after 7 p.m. or whatever, and I'd be like, I have to finish this level of work before I go. And it used to motivate me to get it done. So actually, I think having that balance is what lets you work more.
Yeah, I think I agree. It really requires you to have organisation skills. And once you have that, it's not that stressful.
It's all about getting the balance in the first couple of weeks and just getting used to your reading list, because like when you first look at it, it can look really daunting, but then you later realise that you don't have to read every single thing on it, and you don't have to have read the whole of every case report. For me, because I do law, you can just read the headings and things, and when you start to realise that, it's a lot less daunting, and also genuinely you pick up speed so quickly that it allows for a balance.
You just have to manage your time effectively, and that is something you pick up.
It's really all about the momentum. If you have the right momentum, you can find a nice flow of work from week to week. You can really crash through a lot of work in only a few days. There is certainly time to do other things than work.
Kind of a general plan of what you're going to do in the days really helps me. The workload is intense, but I think it's not unmanageable. You just have to be a bit more organised about it and be quite proactive, I think.
Because there is a high workload, it almost encourages everyone that when they're not doing work, that we'll all go out and do something, whether that just be going for a walk or have drinks or get involved with stuff. So
you're surrounded by people, all of whom are living similar schedules, and that makes it so much easier.
So just speaking to the other lawyers and the other people in your course, because everyone has the same reading list. You can speak to each other about that and you'll have the same problems.
But I do think because of the collegiate system at both Oxford and Cambridge, you are in a tighter community than you would be at a normal uni. So particularly you have a closer relationship with your tutors than say, with lecturers or something at other unis. So you do have people you can talk to, and if you do feel like you're struggling, there's definitely people you can reach out to who will help you.
My second choice uni, when I was applying, I worked out that in my first year I wrote more essays than I would have in my entire degree at that university. And yet I was still able to pick up extracurricular things.
It's also really short term, so it's kind of you can look forward to the fact that it's ending soon, and I feel like that manages the stress a bit as well.
But I don't think it's any more intense than at another university. You just have shorter terms, which means you have longer breaks to catch up and to rest and recuperate and finish your reading. And I've never felt that I'm overwhelmed and that I can't manage my work. There's always extracurricular things you can do, and there's really something for everyone. Even though we've had coronavirus, I've got really involved in student journalism. And so I edit one of the papers and I write a column on another one. And that's a really good thing because it comes off my own interests with like being an English student, but it also gives me the opportunity to interact not only with people from my year group, but people from like across the whole university, across every year group.
I think there is something for everyone to enjoy outside of work, where you can, meet people across years and that. Especially like live music, theatre, comedy venues, like pubs and clubs, especially like out of COVID times. Fingers crossed, hopefully by the time you guys apply.
And the work is so fun anyway, like, because you're doing a subject that you're really passionate about and that you love.
I think that you come to Oxbridge because you really love your course, so you're willing to put in a little bit more work, and there's definitely time for fun as well, I promise. And I'm a second year, so I experienced at least 2 terms of normality, although not much more than that. Perfect.